to Reality Lives with the Ives. I'm Katie.
And I'm Will.
And we are approaching the end of 2023. And with that, we have decided to do another fun little ep, going through our own version of a Spotify Wrapped, if you will, and going through the best and some of our favorite things of the year 2023.
It's been one hell of a year, so let's tell you all about it.
Yeah, we have, let's see how many categories here. Like 6 or 7 categories, and we've ranked from first to third our favorites, or what we consider the best of each category, of all things, obviously, that have come out or happened this year.
A lot of goodness. We should just jump right in, because it's going to be hard to get through all this good stuff.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep the tangents to a minimum. I'm
We're gonna
really
fail.
excited. I'm really excited because I know that I have the best answers and answers that he has forgotten about, and you're going to be kicking yourself when you are like, why haven't I thought of that?
She's probably right,
Yeah,
because she typically
I've got
is.
some good
But
ones.
that's not to say that I might not surprise her, and I might be better
I
than
feel like
she
you maybe
thinks.
cheated and saw my list, but
No,
that's here
not
nor there.
possible. But I do have the worst memory of the two of us, so let's find out.
And I will just like to preface this by saying this was hard. You know, there were some categories, like movie, best movie, for instance, that was difficult because we haven't really seen some of the blockbuster, huge movies of the year. So I think some people are going to be watching this thinking our lists are crazy, but we just maybe haven't seen something that you would otherwise put on your list. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind. Haters.
I have a feeling we're going to be judged, especially myself, a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? I'm ready for it. So why not? Let's see what happens.
All right, so the first one was a pretty easy one for me. The best songs of the year. Now we know my queen graced us with many re-records this year, new vault tracks, all that good stuff. So it was actually tough for me to narrow it down. We are going to include some honorable mentions in various categories because sometimes it's hard just to pick 3.
It's true. I will say some categories, like TV shows for me, easy as pie.
Yeah,
Other ones, like songs, for instance, which I believe is our first category,
it sure is.
was not easy for me. So,
Yeah, you don't listen to new things unless it's something I'm playing. So
no,
that's going to be
there-
tough.
There's a preconceived notion out there that everyone thinks I hate music. I don't. I love music.
Hate is a strong word.
But I simply don't have time to stay up to date. So, yeah, just clarifying, I
man.
don't hate
Excuses
music.
already, people. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start, ladies first, and we're going to go third and up.
Are we
that
going
our
back and forth?
best one is
you,
last.
me, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'm saying let's go 3, 2, 1.
All right.
And save our
All right.
best for last. So best songs or favorite songs of the year 2023. I hate to even say this first because it's going to give away other categories that you maybe forgot about. Maybe not. I may be underestimating you.
She is.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. So my number 3 song of the year was a song called The River from Daisy Jones and the Six.
Ooh.
And you're immediately like, if those aren't on your list, or at least the one song, I'm going to be shocked. I think
Let's
it's your
see.
favorite song.
Let's
But
see. Great choice.
Yep,
Almost
love it.
Almost had on my list. It didn't quite.
Ooh, okay.
But potentially another.
Yeah,
So
I
that
know
sure
what
did.
your number 1
Um,
is for sure.
Number 3 for me. Technically, maybe not a full song, but
Oh, no.
we're going Peaches from Bowser, a.k.a.
Oh,
Jack
wow.
Black.
I count that.
Yeah.
that. And you only remembered that because we just saw him performing it the other day on some TV.
Whoa. Peaches. That's a great song.
He's
Okay.
not even like the tune. Okay.
It's not.
That was good. Okay. Number 2, arguably could have been my number 1, but you know who I got to get my number 1 to. My number 2 song is Jaded by Miley Cyrus. Endless Summer Vacation, her new album came out this year. A lot of bangers on that, but by far my most listened to song of that album was Jaded. Chef's Kiss, Miley. Please tour. Please.
great title of a song because our dog's name is Jade. So I
Yep,
often feel
true.
jaded by that queen. Um,
Like,
I will say, shout outs to both T Swift and Miley. They didn't make my top 3 list, but
that's disgusting.
they had some great songs that I liked.
You
Number 2,
loved You by Miley
oh, I
Cyrus.
did. Number 2 for me was She Calls Me Back by Mr. Noah Kahan.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Great one.
Fair.
Great one. I know Stick Season is kind of his most popular one, but for me,
Nah.
She Calls Me Back is the better one.
Yep. We heard it live this year.
Yeah, we did. It was great.
That was quite the time.
Terrible seat we had, but it's great. Great show.
Terrible seat. We didn't have a seat.
We were
It was
standing.
a music festival. We could have
Yeah.
stood wherever we wanted. So,
Yeah, whatever.
complain less.
All right, top song.
all
What you got?
right. You know I had to choose one from my queen, my girl, my president, Taylor Swift. My number 1 song of 2023 is Timeless by Taylor Swift. It was on her Speak Now re-record. It was a vault track. It was tough to choose number 1 because all her vault tracks this year were phenomenal, but Timeless was by far my most listened to. I love that song. It's up there with some of my top Taylor Swift songs ever. So that is my number 1.
It's a good call. You might say it's a timeless choice.
It is a timeless masterpiece. It is.
All right, my number 1, which
Can I guess?
sure,
Am I ruining it for you?
no,
Your number 1 is Look at Us Now, Honeycomb from Daisy Jones and the Six.
she is correct.
I was like, if I say The River number 3 and he doesn't already have that as number 1, you're going to change it.
I re-listened to both The River and Look at Us Now when I was putting this list together, and River great,
The
but Look
River
at
was
Us Now,
mine, and
it's
that
just-
was always
ooh,
yours. Yeah.
it hits, man, especially when it's layered into just the story of the show and how it comes about, and yeah, all that stuff. So
Yes.
good stuff.
That
Nice list.
show, phenomenal music.
Yeah, really,
then-
really good.
I'm just going to rattle off some of my honorable mentions.
Go ahead.
I've
I don't
got
have
a
any.
lot.
I've
When
none.
Emma Falls in Love, another Speak Now re-record vault track. Phenomenal. I thought you would maybe have that on yours. I feel like you liked that one a lot.
I
You
like
sing
a
it
lot
a
of
lot.
these.
Couple more. Again, all vault tracks. Now That We Don't Talk. Is It Over Now? Electric Touch featuring Fall Out Boy. That was almost top 3 for me. Say Don't Go. Speaking of Fall Out Boy, So Much for Stardust. Loved that song. Loved their new album. I have Look at Us Now from Daisy Jones and the Six as well. Let Me Down Easy from that show as well was one I listened to a lot.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So those are some honorable mentions
If I
that
had
I
to
thought
say-
were worth saying.
If I needed one more honorable mention, it'd probably be that new Blink song.
The slow one more time.
Yeah, where they're like talking about like forgiving each other or come back.
One
Yeah,
more time,
so,
I
yeah.
believe. Yeah, that
Um,
was a good one.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So next one,
My favorite category.
best
probably.
shows of the year. We're big TV watchers.
Big TV watchers.
Echo. And I just want to preface this. We also have a category, best reality shows of the year, because it would not be us if we didn't make that our own thing, because there were so many good ones. So we had to separate it.
I went really rogue on the reality shows, so that should be interesting.
I mean, there's 3 obvious answers, but we'll get into that after this. We're doing best shows of the year on TV, on streamers, all that jazz. My number 3, Wednesday on Netflix. I
wow.
loved it. I was almost unsure if it came out this year or last, so hopefully it's this. Season 1. I know there's a season 2 coming. It was phenomenal. Loved it. Delight. What a treat.
Wow, good stuff.
Yeah, you forgot about that one. It wouldn't be yours.
It
but-
wouldn't, but good
yeah.
stuff. My number 3 is a show that KD has not watched.
Oh, dear. I had a feeling there's going to be some rogue ones. That's okay, though.
Yeah.
Be true to yourself.
If you like action like me and you like anime-esque type stuff, highly, highly suggest Blue Eyed Samurai. It is phenomenal. It's pretty intense. Great storyline. A lot of surprises. I will be careful. I didn't realize there was nudity in there. And I was watching some of it on the plane. And I feel
Don't
like
watch
people
it
probably
with
thought I was a weirdo because I was like on a plane and it's like anime type stuff. But
They probably thought you were watching that, what is it, hentai?
hentai? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably did.
Ugh.
But really good stuff Awesome. A friend here locally turned me on to it. Appreciate you, bud.
Nice. Interesting. Wonder if you're the only one who watched it. Just kidding. Okay. My number 2 show, previously discussed. Creating words. Daisy Jones and the Six. This show was, I would love some of that. This show was a work of art. The casting, phenomenal. Again, the music, spectacular. The story, I think we've almost rewatched it a couple times. It is phenomenal. I tell everyone to watch it. I believe Amy, our friend, told us to watch it. Love you, Queen. Highly recommend for anyone. Parents, families, all that kind of stuff. Phenomenal.
So, because we're talking about it, I'm going to have to just skip ahead a little bit and let everybody know this was, in fact, actually my number 1
I had a feeling.
show for the year. It is truly phenomenal.
We are on number 2. So.
I know, but I'm not going to re-talk
Off
about
the
the show
rails
again.
already.
But it really is just, it's beautiful. I mean, incredibly well done. Just
The
across
acting
the board
was awesome.
in so many ways.
Yeah.
I mean, original songs that were in some of our top songs on top of it. I mean, it's just, if you haven't watched it and there's one takeaway you have from this, go watch that show.
Yes. Could not recommend enough. We love it. Clearly.
No.
So what was your number 2?
My number 2, which I don't think made your list, but we really enjoyed.
I bet I know what it is, and I bet it made my honorable mentions.
I bet it did. Going back to the anime-esque, only
Yeah.
real live version of it,
Yep.
One Piece.
Phenomenal. Also
Awesome.
worthy. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well done. What an adventure.
Yeah. It was really enjoyable. I mean, it was the reason it's not number 1 is because Daisy Jones really just kind of hits you, right? And this was great.
Superb.
Really fun. So, if you like maybe the stories of anime, but you don't like the style because some of those shows are pretty intense, give One Piece a shot. It's awesome.
And I wouldn't say I dislike anime, but I'm not somebody who keeps up with it, watches it, stuff like that. But I thought One Piece was spectacular as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very excited for the potential future seasons of that. It was beautifully done, very artsy, and just a fun watch for sure.
Yeah. Good actors chosen too.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's your number 1?
All right. I don't know if you are going to remember this. Now, this is interesting because it arguably could be considered reality.
Oh no. And then I think I have this under mine category.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to say it's not reality just because it's not like it arguably is not. You know what I mean?
We're going to disagree here, but it's okay.
Well, for only one person, it's reality in the whole show.
Real
And
enough
with
for me?
that, my number 1 show, one of the funniest, best shows I have seen in years. Watch this show, people. Jury Duty. This show hit me like no other. I haven't laughed out loud at anything like that in a really long time. We loved this show. Again, could not recommend it enough. Spectacular. So well done. I have a new appreciation for James Morrison.
James Marsden.
King.
Jim Morrison?
A little mix of those. Phenomenal. Jury Duty takes my top spot. Best show of the year. Arguably, best show in years.
I'll save my comments because I have it labeled under reality shows, so I don't want to give anything away there.
It can go either way.
But I'll just say simply before I share thoughts later, I agree with everything said. So, let's do some.
You already
notable-
said best shows.
Yeah. My best show was Daisy Jones.
Should we go into best reality?
No, let's do my honorable mentions.
Okay, yeah.
I got a few real quick, nothing too crazy. Funny enough, I actually haven't been able to finish either of my 2 next honorable mentions.
Yeah, one of mine
but
as well.
really great. Reacher season 2, Reacher season 1, amazing. I could have put it top 3, but I haven't finished it because it hasn't finished coming out yet, so kind of hard to do that. And then also probably one for you too, Gen V, great stuff.
I did not put that,
Okay.
but very much enjoy it. Very violent.
If you like The Boys,
Don't watch it with young people.
you'll love Gen V.
Yeah.
Just as good, if not even better, depending upon what your audience normally is like. So awesome stuff.
Yep. I've got a few honorable mentions as well. One Piece was in mine.
Good call.
Beef on Netflix. You didn't really watch it with me, but you popped in and out.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It didn't make the top 3. I think it was a little overhyped, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, binged it, so it's got to go on there.
Fair.
And then another one that we also have not finished, which I know people are going to kill us for. It's a travesty. The Last of Us. Specifically, episode 3. That episode was the best episode of a TV show of the year.
Gorgeous.
It was stunning. So I had to shout that out as well.
Yeah, I would say
We really need to finish it.
a lot of the Marvel, Star Wars, not Netflix, but Disney Plus shows are all kind of honorable for me.
Loki.
Loki,
season
we haven't
2
finished it
or
either,
3?
but 2.
Good so far.
Really good stuff. A lot of good stuff out there on TV right now.
All right. Moving on to a category near and dear.
Ugh.
This was tough. There was a lot of good contenders this year. Lot of good reality TV this year. God bless you, reality gods. Number 3 for me. And these 3 shows crushed it. They could have all been different spots in the top 3, but my number 3 was The Golden Bachelor. Had to do it. He deserved the spot. Gary's a king. ABC, for once, did not fumble the bag. Super well done. The women they cast, stunning. Loved it. Had to have a spot in the top 3. So I give it 3.
Good call. Good call. Katie's going to think my answers are ridiculous because none of them are the shows that we recap at all, but they're all reality shows.
Well, we didn't recap all of mine.
Number 3 for me, Blown Away, most recent season.
I don't know if that was this year. Did you make sure?
I looked up
We haven't
online.
watched that in a while.
I looked up online, so there was a season this year.
I don't know if we watched it.
If I am wrong, there's plenty of other honorable mentions that can take its spot. But
I'm going to have to investigate that one after this.
either way,
I
if you
don't
haven't watched Blown Away, there's a few seasons. The glass blowing show, competition show, incredible, really, really good.
Very good. We do love that show.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2 and my number 1 could be interchangeable. They were that good. My number 2, Love Island Games. Phenomenal.
Ooh.
The casting, again, so well done. They could have really fucked it up and fumbled the bag. It was incredible. We loved watching it. Fun watch. If you love Love Island, watch Love Island Games if you have not. Phenomenal.
Agreed. Really good stuff. Really impressed because we watch all the Love Islands in all the countries and we enjoy them all. And I was worried they wouldn't really be able to do much different this. And they did a great job. There was really some unexpected drama that really kept you interested. So great stuff there. Agreed.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me, arguably my favorite dating reality show. We've talked about this before. You've heard us recap them before. But Temptation Island was awesome. It's not, I don't want to say that this was the best season out there.
It was amazing this year. Yeah.
That's okay. It's just the format for me, I just love. I think it's just as a show, and it's also just the host, right? Like our boy, Mark Wahlberg.
He's the best host always. Yeah.
He talks to me in a way that very few people are able to, and just the way that he looks at relationships and people and sort of life coaching, building people up, breaking them down, being honest. I mean, just the guy's incredible. So will I say it's the best of all the seasons? No, I won't say that. But for me, it was my number 2 in the year.
Wow. You're fumbling the bag with this category. Didn't think you would. But
wow. I told you earlier.
The Golden Bachelor and Love Island Games, if neither of those are on your list, that's insane.
Not even top 5.
It was incredible. The women were incredible. This man's disgusting.
We like different things. That's okay.
My number 1 reality show of the year was a recent watch that we both thoroughly enjoyed. Again, could have fumbled the bag, but so well done, produced, excellent. Squid Games, The Challenge, takes my number 1.
Wow.
And it's hard because, again, all 3 of my top 3 could have shifted a little. That and Love Island Games, phenomenal. But Squid Games, The Challenge, so well done, so interesting to watch. Loved it. Takes my number 1 spot.
Yeah, definitely an honorable mention for me. I thought about including the top 3.
Blown Away and Temptation Island, and you didn't put Love Island Games or Squid Games.
No, I didn't.
Love Island Games, you loved. You just forgot about it.
No,
clearly.
I really did. I didn't
That's
forget about it.
This man's full of crap.
I'm okay
Blown away.
with giving
My
giving the people some different stuff that's different from
You need to be true to yourself.
I
Love
am
Island
true.
Games is in your top 3.
No,
And
it's
so
not.
is Squid Games, The Challenge. You loved both.
It was tempting,
It's
but you
disgusting.
know what?
I don't know who I'm even married to
Leave
anymore.
me be. All right.
All right, what's your number one?
God, my number one is the best show of the year by far. Jury Duty.
Okay.
It's not even close.
If you count that as reality, that's fair because it's my number one show of the year.
Yeah, Jury Duty is the hardest I've laughed watching TV in as long as I can
Ever?
remember.
Yeah. So
It's the first
good. The chair
4 to
pants,
5
come on.
episodes are unbelievably funny. I mean, it takes a lot of work these days to come up with a show that can change the game, and they were able to. I commend them for not only the idea, but the execution. Incredible. I mean, I would easily go watch that again. Yeah, the chair pants
We
scene.
will be watching it again.
Just knowing everybody. Oh God, it's so good.
Phenomenal. The idea, the execution. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Now, I don't really have any honorable mentions because I think my 3 were no-brainers. I loved and enjoyed it, but got to shout out, the season that happened this year. I want to say there was maybe 2 seasons of Love is Blind this year. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, so I have to shout that out. Had to shout out, I guess, Charity season of The Bachelorette. I thought she was a really good Bachelorette. Love her, but, I think my top 3 are very solid, and there's no arguments.
I would say any of the Love Island seasons from any of the countries, top ones for me.
Australia, that's currently airing, we're
Yeah.
enjoying quite a bit.
I think usually the seasons go, Australia, UK, US for me in those ranks. So there's some mentions.
Interesting.
One that you did not say that was an honorable mention for me. There's actually 2 that you didn't say. One, Love is Blind Brazil. We watched that for the first time.
Wow.
Super juicy.
Yeah, we had to do
Super juicy.
the dubbed voices.
Even with that,
It
it's
was
great.
so good.
It's pretty funny.
So good. The newest season. They're on Netflix. Check them out.
They
really
love-
good.
They love dancing. There's they all do
The people are
synchronized
so great.
dances all
Yep.
the time. The men really are great to each other. It's great.
The howling. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And then
Sleeper.
another one you definitely wouldn't have thought of, and it's a little less known, Physical 100. The competition physical game.
I don't think that was this year.
I literally looked it up and it was.
Okay.
It was a competition game for who's the fittest in Asia, pretty much.
Did I watch it?
Yeah, you watched it. It was great. Remember?
Clearly not.
Wow.
I'm sure
Well,
I'll remember.
I love
but-
competitions, especially ones that are about working out. So good stuff.
All right. So this next category is our favorite movies of the year. People are going to absolutely roast us for this.
Oh God, yeah. they
Probably
are.
me specifically, because I've got some rogue ones. But also, don't give a shit because it's not your podcast. Oh. Okay.
Katie, don't give no shits.
You're not going to see these coming from me. I got a lot of honorable mentions as well, so keep that in mind, folks.
I don't.
My number 3 was a movie I watched back to back twice. Thought it was very cute. Has one of my favorite dudes in it. This is Rogue. Netflix movie. You're so not invited to my bar mitzvah. I loved it. I would love to watch it again. I love that Adam Sandler's real daughters were in it. The one is a star, and I loved it. Simple as that.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced bat mitzvah.
Bar and bot. There's 2 different ones.
Okay.
Wow. Uncultured.
Some would say I am a swine. Yeah, it was solid.
Bot
it was
and
fun.
bar,
It was
for
cute.
male and female.
Number 3 for me. Nostalgia, made me happy, good times. Had one of my top songs, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It was
Fair.
cute. It was fun.
It was cute.
It was enjoyable. I thought they did a good job. They could have fumbled it, and I thought they did good.
So I have to preface my number 1 and my number 2. I'm still unsure about the order.
Oh, I feel the same way.
They are interchangeable to me. So
Okay.
keep that in mind before you roast me, folks. My number 2 has to be the Eras Tour movie. Has to be. And it counts because it's a movie. And we saw it in AMC. How could it not make my list? Divine. Stunning. Some would say the cinematic masterpiece of the year. So I'm going to give it number 2. Just because of the concert aspect.
Okay, fair. I will say I feel the exact same way. Is that I really struggled with ranking my 1 and 2. I think the one that I'm going to say as my number 2 probably is really more so my number 1, but I believe that putting the other one at number 1 really makes a statement. So
Mm.
I'm
Wow.
gonna lean into it, and I'm gonna get roasted for it, but it's okay. My number 2 movie was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Wow. It's been a long year. I feel like
I
that was
know,
so long ago.
really good.
But we do love those movies.
Seeing
Fair.
the backstory of Rocket and all that kind of stuff.
So upsetting.
Just the Guardians movie, they did a great job with all of them. A lot of the Marvel movies are getting kind of tired at this point to a lot of people.
Ooh, tired, rough.
But the Guardian ones, I think they did a really good job of keeping them fresh and keeping you, interested, and just it was a lot of beautiful moments. So I really enjoyed it.
Yep. Fair. I enjoyed it as well. They always have really good soundtracks to those movies as well. So love that. Pains me to say my number 1. I'm gonna be a basic bitch with this one. Again, it's a little interchangeable. But my number 1, Barbie. Had to do it. Haven't seen a lot of movies this year. And we loved it. I will say, I was shit talking it before we saw it. I had very low expectations. Thought for sure they would fuck it up somehow. Ryan Gosling as Ken really rubbed me the wrong way in the beginning. But I think they did a really good job. Super well done. Loved the acting in it. Loved the music in it as well. Watched it more than once so far. It was a delight. I think it was just a big movie for the year. A lot of promotions for it and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it the number 1 spot.
Well, to probably a lot of people's surprise, but maybe
Oh
not.
my gosh, is it yours too?
It was also my number 1 was Barbie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. We just
Um,
enjoyed it. It was just
You,
fun.
you can see it right there. Yep.
Yep.
Written in.
Nice.
Um,
Wow, I did not see that coming.
now, like I
Thought it'd
said,
maybe be like 3.
Guardians might have been number 1 for me, but I just
That's
think
crazy.
what Barbie did for the world, for people, the story it told, just the world is not a fair place for women, and a lot of men don't
Amen.
realize that. And
Dang.
I think I went on a really deep conversation with someone I work with about how the vehicle of Barbie being able to tell a story in a way that people are actually willing to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because people have been saying stuff about, all of this forever, right? It's not like Barbie is telling a story that's never been told before, but they found a way to tell it in a way that actually brought your guard down and got you to
What
listen
was
to it.
I made for?
Yeah,
That
great
part
soundtrack
broke
too.
Me. Oh.
But no, just such a beautiful story, lessons learned. I
Message.
thought,
Mm.
yeah, really, really well done. So good job.
Love that.
Well
Did
done,
not see
Greta.
that coming.
Appreciate you helping people out there.
And then I've got a few honorable mentions. Don't think these are blockbuster Oscar worthy movies, but I really enjoyed them. So I've got to shout out No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence. I'm a rom com gal. Very few rom coms done well these days.
Great.
And I just love J Law. And I've watched it more than once again, and I really enjoy it. I think it was funny. I think it was cute. It was a good time. And that's what you want from a movie.
Agreed.
Couple others. One that you hated that I enjoyed and I keep thinking about. Leave the World Behind on Netflix.
Oh,
I was interested and questioning it and into the twists and turns the whole time. I'm into it. The ending upset me a lot at first, but the more I've sat with it, I can accept it.
I didn't hate it. She thinks that there's a lot of movies that I hate. I don't hate.
Well, you don't like unpleasant, uncomfortable, spooky things.
I will say, I typically enjoy stories that make me feel good, just because it makes life more enjoyable. So call me soft. I am, but yeah,
Hey, he said it.
it's true.
And then just a couple more silly ones. Quiz Lady. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun idea. Great acting as well. Cute, fun ride.
Yeah.
And then have to shout out a couple holiday specials since we literally just celebrated Christmas yesterday. I love a holiday movie, especially Christmas movies. Thought there was a few new ones this year that were super cute. I liked Candy Cane Lane and I liked Xmas. So shout out to those.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'll say it wasn't a new movie this year, but the one we watched last night with Nicolas Cage.
The Family Man.
The
That is
Family Man?
super old. From
It
like the
hit.
90s probably.
It hit. It was so good. Yeah.
Aren't
Watch
we
it if you
all
haven't.
just family men?
Yeah. 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 Totes. totes. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Do you have any more honorable mentions?
no,
All right.
not really.
Okay. This one was probably hard for you. I had a plethora
Actually,
of options.
One more. Wonka was good. Oh, it's Wonka.
Wonka was good. I had that in mind, and it's not here for some reason, but that is an honorable mention.
Yeah,
as
honorable
well.
mention. It's solid.
We saw it in theaters the other week or so, and it was very cute. A delight.
Yeah, although the bartenders cut us off like way too early, and I was not happy about it. But that's a
He's
whole
never
different
gonna
story.
let that go. Alamo Draft House on Slaughter Lane. Damn you. Just kidding. Okay. Next category, like I said, probably more difficult for you, whereas I had an abundance of ideas and some honorable mentions and things like that. This is going to be our best or favorite moments in pop culture / news.
I
of
got
the
none
year.
here, so you go ahead.
You have none. Wow. Well, I'll take it from here. Twist my arm. My number 3, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater, the divorces, and then the relationship. This man was SpongeBob in the SpongeBob musical, and I think that says everything we need to hear.
Ugh, gross.
Ariana, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? He was married to his high school sweetheart. They had a baby not even a year ago. You better be with this man forever because you just broke up a motherfucking family. Hope it was worth it, Ethan Slater. You rat. All right. All I got to say, I have to say one more thing. Look up his SpongeBob videos on Instagram.
You'll never sleep again.
I was literally just going to say, and you'll have nightmares the rest of your life. My God.
It's bad.
All right. Number 2. Hard not to make this number 1. The Scandival. Heard around the world. Scandival has to be on there. It is pretty much tied with number 1 for me. How could it not be? Never in reality TV has a story shook not just the country, the world, the nation, the aliens have heard about this atrocity. Scandival. Cannot wait for the upcoming season coming in January. Tom, you suck ass. Okay.
Agreed.
Yep.
I
That
will
would be
say,
yours if you were to pick one.
I
probably.
love that Ariana is become everyone's favorite person on earth, and she's probably made more money and had more memories in the last 6 months because of this
Yep.
than
Queen.
ever would have been possible. So, Tom, suck it.
Yeah. Karma is a bitch.
Karma
'Cause
is
all
not
Tom
your boyfriend,
wants
Tom.
is fame and attention and adoration. And that's exactly what she's getting. Yeah, fucking loser.
It's
trash.
gotta just eat him. I love it.
Yeah, love it. We love to see a redemption story. And
Number 1, we
the
know.
number 1 story of my life, my 2023 Roman Empire, Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce. Has to be number 1. I just couldn't love this more. It is, if you know me, literally my two worlds colliding. Husband. Football is my husband's love, his passion. Second to me, his favorite thing in the world. So, and I partake in watching football, fantasy football. I have always loved Travis Kelce. He has always been my NFL boyfriend, my crush. To see my queen not only enter the NFL sphere, but with him, it's a story written in the stars. You truly couldn't make anything out better. It's what I live for these days. And this is a hot take. No one come for me. Do I think it's forever? I don't. Would I be damn fucking happy if it is? Hell yeah! They shall wed. Let's go.
I would say my favorite part about it is just all the men that are angry out
So
there.
mad. Like, cry less,
even friends
little
of mine
bitches.
that feel the need to make Facebook posts about it. It really cracks me up. I mean, it's cute.
Like,
It's
who
fun.
hurt you guys?
Yeah,
Love's
like,
love. Get over it.
I don't know why there's any reason to
It's
be
just
angry, but
Bringing more attention to football.
people are.
Good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It brings
more
more attention
wives
to her, more attention to him.
Are into it. Yeah.
I think people just butthurt that they have to like show her on camera now whenever
She's not asking
she's at the
for that,
stadium.
you know?
No, she's not.
She's
And
just
it's like,
trying to root for her man.
whenever there's famous celebrities at
yeah.
games, they typically show them anyway. So whatever.
Yeah.
But good stuff, Travis. Well done.
Yeah, and those who know Taylor like I do know she is notoriously private in past relationships, so it is just really fun to see her out there doing her thing, laughing, smiling, drinking a vodka cranberry up in that suite with chuggy-ass Brittany Mahomes. We love to see it. Keep it coming, baby. I just love it. Brings me so much joy. Some honorable mentions. The Carl and Lindsay breakup. Summer House.
Oh, Carl.
It's been a rough year for Bravo couples. Carl. Cannot wait to see that upcoming season.
Yeah.
And how that's all going to work into it. Lindsay, we stand with you. You don't always make the best decisions. We're big Carl fans, but
yeah,
no one deserves what she went through.
I'm not having a stance yet. I need to learn more first.
For sure.
But
what we've heard so far, though, is all we can make a decision based upon, make our decision on. And it's not looking great for Carl. Do I think it's better to break up before you get married? Hell yeah. So wasn't easy for either of them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
it happens.
Had to get an honorable mention there. Another breakup that was pretty sad. Joe Jonas, Sophie Turner.
Oh,
the North.
Yeah. That one's sad.
Yeah. It was sad. And then have to shout out this moment in pop culture that Will probably doesn't even know about. But if you know, you know. The Gwyneth Paltrow ski trial. That was quite a fun time. The tea that came out of that was hilarious. Well, we lost half a day of skiing. Iconic. Gwyneth just doing iconic shit and winning.
She's
Love
a weirdo. Was the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial this year?
I believe it was.
Because that would be on my list.
Put it because it's just sad.
I mean,
whereas Gwyneth's was funny.
Yeah, she pooed on his bed. It's pretty funny.
I don't even want to get into it. I feel a little bad for her.
Let's just not then.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
It was just unpleasant.
Next topic.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a fun one.
Moving on. I'm excited. I feel like you think you got me here. The best things we ate this year. Favorite bites, favorite things we ate. We traveled a lot. We went to a lot of different events. Ate a lot of different things. We are big foodies.
I probably forgot so many great things that I ate, which is going to bum me out when she reminds me of them.
Yeah.
But I got some pretty good ones on here.
I do too. Yeah, I think you're going to like mine and hopefully vice versa.
Okay.
Probably not. Just kidding. Okay. Number 3, shout out to my girl Brittany. The Lobster Tails and Seafood Tower at the Optimist in Atlanta at my best friend's rehearsal dinner/party the night before her wedding. That food slept. You can't even deny it. It was like the best meal. It was so good.
Well, I mean, one, yes, Brittany, that was amazing. You're queen. Thank you to
shout out to
the Howards,
the Optimist. I'm not sure, but sure.
Yeah, I don't know who paid for it. Maybe the Howards.
Irrelevant.
Who knows? Either way, it was great, but to me, it wasn't like it didn't stick out. So it's
that
not even
whole night of drinking
on
and eating.
my list. Oh,
it
that whole
was
night,
next level.
My
right.
number 3, and I don't remember the name of this place, but you'll remember. It was the pizza and pasta we got in L.A.
John and Vinny's.
John and
maybe
Vinny's,
on my
yes.
list as well.
I will say maybe it could have been higher, but we canceled our reservation and we ordered it delivery. So the
twice.
pizza,
We've had it delivered.
We had twice in like 2 days. The pizza was phenomenal. The brown sugar butter.
Okay, don't get too into it because it might be on my
whatever
list.
was really good. But I would say
I didn't know if they were going to have that.
Yeah, it was the number 3. Really good stuff.
All right.
Really tasty. I suggest it.
I think my number 2 is going to shock you.
Oh,
if you don't remember this, you might have had a picture on your phone, which makes me think maybe you're remembering it now. Because you had like a light bulb downstairs, and I'm hoping it's not this. Number 2 was a really memorable sandwich. Possibly the best sandwich Will's ever had, and it should be his number 1. The Scarface sandwich from Fagata in Houston, Texas. We ate it after the Eras tour. You absolutely fucking loved it.
Is that the one that I went back for a second one?
Sure did.
Oh,
I
my
took a
God.
picture of it, and when I
Oh,
was
my
scrolling
God.
through my memes, that's your number 1. It is.
Wow. That sandwich.
Shout out Fagata.
Am I
an
tearing
Italian
up right now?
eatery.
Wow. I forgot about that. I am sad. It
I
would
have
have
a
been
picture of it and what's in it so we can try to remake it sometime.
It would have been in my top 3.
Houston, gotta have this sandwich. It was phenomenal.
It was incredible. It was.
There was like a chimichurri on it, like a pesto basil mayo. It was fire. Yes,
some
there was.
honey thing, all kinds
Yep.
of stuff.
Yeah. Hot honey,
God.
maybe. Yep.
God, that was so good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was your number one of the year. You're lying to yourself.
Wow, really good.
Yeah. I'll show you the picture later.
My number 2, Katie hasn't had, and I've been fortunate enough to have it
Disgusting.
twice this year. But it is the steak and mushroom on like toast.
You literally
from
hate
Jay
mushrooms.
Carver's.
What the fuck? I thought you were gonna say like the pork chop from Paris.
No, well, it's because I've had that before this year. I had this thing for the first time this
Okay.
year. I had it at it was actually like right in January, maybe I think, or something like that, celebrating something for my work. I don't know. We went here, and it was just ordered as an appetizer for the table, so I wouldn't have gotten it myself normally because you're right, I don't like mushrooms.
Well, maybe you're turning the mushroom corner and
But it's
seeing
like-
the light.
It's like steak and mushrooms and some sort of cream sauce over like a really toasted sourdough type
Crostini?
bread or something like that. Yeah, like a crostini.
Crostini?
And so I went there
Oh.
recently with a partner for work, and I had them order it, and it was just as phenomenal. I could have eaten that just as my dish. We had like steak and crab stuffed lobster afterwards, and my favorite thing I ate
Wow,
at the
divine.
meal was the steak and mushroom crostini type thing. So
Well, I love to hear
shout out Jay
that,
Carver's.
although that is so rogue. But I do love to hear that because I am a huge mushroom fan, and he like refuses to eat them. So we're getting somewhere. Love that.
it was really good.
All right. As mentioned prior, my number one was the John and Vinny's brown butter corn angelotti and the salad with the spicy breadcrumbs glitch from John and Vinny's in LA. Shout out John and Vinny's.
It was so
Some
good.
people would say that place is overrated. I would say
You
slip
overrated.
slap, you damn crazy. Yeah, you overrated. The breadcrumbs on that salad, so good. They were like Calabrian chili, spicy breadcrumbs. And then that pasta was the best best bite of food I ate. I can't speak. I'm sorry, guys. All year, hands down. Ugh, so fucking good.
It was so good that I don't really even like pasta, especially
loved
not
it.
one that doesn't
Yeah.
have meat. And this didn't. And it was just pillows of
Heaven.
It-
Heaven.
It was almost like a dessert
It was
pasta.
rich. Yeah.
It could have been a dessert, and I would have ordered it as dessert.
The second time we went, they did not have it, and it was devastating.
My number one, out of left field, really pretty wild one,
He just likes to say shit to piss me off.
and I just happened to have made it.
Oh, wow. This might be my honorable mention.
It was shout out to your favorite influencer that pisses me off because she annoys me a lot, but heyo, the Jewish brisket.
Oh, wow. I think I kind of made that.
You made a lot. Yeah, we made it together. Yeah.
I feel like I made that.
I think
We
we,
didn't even put
made
it on
it.
the smoker.
No, I know, but I had to
I
help a
made
lot
it.
of it.
I fucking made it.
First of all,
I made that.
You couldn't-
I made his best dish of the year.
you couldn't even see it.
And
I
that's
know,
not what I'm talking about.
we
in mine.
made it. Well, yeah. So that was my number one.
I made it.
I honestly,
Shout out Olivia Ashray, Girl with No Job, and Jackie's sister. Phenomenal.
I thought it was gonna be good. I thought it'd be fine, and it was mind-blowingly good.
Yeah.
And then we had leftovers. I ate the leftovers the next day, just as good.
So good. Probably
Um,
better leftover.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. I really want to make it again. Something tells me maybe we should make it this weekend. Even who knows?
Maybe. We do
Mm.
have friends coming
Oh,
down.
God, that was good.
So I'm going to roll in with a couple honorable mentions because have to. And it kind of goes along with that. Something you made this year for a Friendsgiving pulled pork. He made pulled pork. We have a Traeger. We live in Texas, y'all. Gotta have the Traeger. Gotta smoke that meat. This pulled pork was arguably the best we've ever had. It was so fucking good. And I'm not like obsessed with that kind of thing either. Phenomenal. Loved it. And then I have to shout out something that wasn't new this year, but it's my favorite thing. The Tumble 22 spicy and chicken sandwich. Clucking hot from Tumble 22. Love it. We go there the most out of any place here to eat. Sometimes once a week.
Wow.
Almost on record. Phenomenal. Have to shout it out. Again, not brand new to us, but it is one of our favorite things. And in that regard, shout out Ramen Tatsuya too.
So I also had my pulled pork on an honorable mention.
Oh wow.
The most
Nice.
recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. And this last one, I don't know if we had it for the first time this year, but we definitely have had it this year. And I'm thinking it was this year. It was a really surprising one, but it was from Lambert's, a local barbecue place, and it was the steak we
brown
had
butter steak.
with like kind of like a sweet-ish sauce on top of
It
it.
was like a brown butter crust,
No, but it had like an actual like sauce on it of some sort.
but I think it was also a brown butter
It might have
crust.
been. I don't know. But very rarely
Phenomenal.
does
Yeah.
a barbecue place or really anyone do like a steak the way that they did the steak. And we both got it. We got it and we shared it. I remember that first bite, we just looked at each other and we were like, holy shit.
We
This
got
is
it more than once because we got it when we
Again.
went with Mel and a friend
Yeah.
as well.
really, really good. Shout out Lambert's.
so
they're
good.
like an old school barbecue spot in Austin. And
It's a
I
good
don't
date
think
night
they're
spot. It's a cute vibe.
Yeah. They're not the best like traditional Austin barbecue by
It's
any
like
means.
fancier maybe.
I'll also say they're little rib guys too.
Ooh, the crispy boar ribs with blue cheese.
The crispy boar ribs.
Phenomenal.
Also, honorable mention. Lambert's got two of them. Well done,
We
Lambert's.
could go all day. We live in Austin, Texas again. The food here is just some of the best food ever. Have to say that. All right. This is our last category, our most personal and meaningful category. Our best/favorite memories of the year. We have had a lot of big moments, a lot of memories, a lot of time with family and friends, a ton of travel. It's hard to narrow it down to 3. A lot of honorable mentions. So I'm going to start with my number 3, and I'm just going to say that number 2 and 3 are tied because there is no way to compare them because they are some huge events in our life for very important people in our life. And it's just not a competition. 2 and 3 are tied. Number 3, shout out again to one of my best friends, Brittany, her wedding and rehearsal dinner/party the night before in Atlanta. Her wedding was at Piedmont Park. Very cool place in Atlanta. Again, shout out the Optimist the night before. The night before was arguably as much fun, if not better, than the wedding. It was just a phenomenal weekend with my best friends. I stood up as a bridesmaid for her, and again, one of my longest best friends. It was an emotional weekend, an awesome weekend. Amazing memories. It's got to be my 3rd spot.
So, spoiler alert, that was probably my number 2, actually. I have in my top 3.
Ooh.
I really struggle with this. We went to
A lot of weddings for people close to us.
4 weddings this year, and arguably they're all my top 3.
Well,
So,
let's just go in order here.
very difficult.
Calm down.
but I will say, so that was my number 2. I'm just going to say number
Okay.
2 now. I would agree. I think just a series of events, right? I mean, it's,
It's a good ass weekend.
yeah, it was a very long weekend, but it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun, a lot of really good times, a lot of memories made.
Meeting her husband now, Jake's friends, just meshing our friends with his. His family was wonderful. Just good vibes.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. What was your number 3 then?
My number 3 then, which once again could be interchanged, would be our friends that actually come in this weekend. Scott and Anna's wedding. So
Yes.
this was in Arizona. Beautiful scenery.
First time being in Tucson, Arizona. It was beautiful.
Great people. Really fun night.
A lot of our best friends there.
a lot of our best friends there. Just overall really good times, right? Like it wasn't, crazy, right? But it was just really good times. I got to do something kind of cool.
Was it
Where I
really
got
good times? Or
It was really good times. I got to help with the little sand ceremony, so I felt kind of special.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
I don't remember that. I was blinded by the sun the whole ceremony. So
Really funny. Me and one other guy were both asked to help out with it, and his sand that he got wasn't as fine as mine. So when they went to go mix the 2 sands, mine poured out elegantly, and his didn't really pour out, and it's kind of funny to watch.
Elegantly. Wow.
Yeah. Elegantly.
He loves anything that he can make about him. So that would
100%.
be. Yeah.
100%. I get to play an active role, makes it that much better.
All right. Going to my number 2. Again, these are all pretty interchangeable. Keeping with the wedding theme, our best friends, Jeff and Alicia's wedding, back home in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
I was maid of honor. Will was, you know what my number 1 is. And and people are gonna. It's questionable to put this above these amazing memories
Yeah.
with loved ones, but just
That
being true to
is.
myself. But number 2, Jeff and Alicia's wedding. I was the maid of honor. Will was best man. That in itself is awesome. They are our best friends, our ride or dies. Seeing them so happy all weekend. I made a phenomenal maid of honor speech that will live on forever, and some still talk about to this day. I killed it. Just got to say, I was very nervous, so that was just a proud accomplishment personally. But again, seeing my best friend get married, a lot of tears. It was, you couldn't write this shit. It was beautiful.
Agreed. That was
Again, ton of our best friends
my
there.
number one.
Good vibes.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I would say probably the easiest decision for me of these because all the weddings and you'll
Yeah.
hear about the other one and my honorables, but it was. I mean, it's just all the people you grew up with, right? Like the groomsmen. Some of us have been friends for 10, 15, 20 plus years. It's just one of those things where when you're a kid, you think about this sometimes, and then you actually wonder what it'll be like. And then it was just beautiful. I mean, we all got to stay in a similar place together. We slept all in the same like giant cabin. I mean, there's just a lot of really cool moments.
So much love.
Yeah. I mean, it was, my best friend, marrying your best friend, getting
Yeah.
to be the best man. You getting to
Some
be the
would
maid
say.
of honor.
All thanks to me.
Yeah, true. No, it was amazing, and I feel very fortunate to have been a part of it. And we all know I'm a softie. I'm a sap, right?
A lot of love.
So I think just it was the fun mixed with the love. I will say the night went by really fast because we were on the dance floor for like 3 hours straight, which was a blast. Great, hilarious, funny videos from it. Man, what a great night. What a great weekend.
So many amazing reasons for all of our best friends to be together all year. As you get older, a lot of us have moved out of Illinois and we only see each other once or twice a year sometimes. And that sucks because we used to all hang out all the time. So it's really awesome to have those excuses to all get together in some cool locations, travel together, have some fun memories. Just a good year with a lot of love, a lot of weddings. Now, love and friendship aside, my number 1 is, no surprise to anyone who knows me, one of the best nights of my life, the Eras Tour. Live and in person, baby. We saw it in Houston. I want to say it was on Saturday, April 22nd. It was, I could cry just talking about it. I already talked about it in a previous episode, so I won't get too crazy, but one of the best nights of my life. I have seen Taylor Swift several times, thankfully. I'm very fortunate for that. Fortunate that we were able to go. I know it was really hard for some people to get tickets. We didn't just get tickets, we had phenomenal seats.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we saw all the action right up there. Just having that night with you. First time I've been to a concert of hers with him. And, he just hears my love for her over the last decade and knows all the songs and stuff himself. So to be there with him and singing along together, just seeing the most incredible live show I have ever seen, probably will ever see. I cried a million times that night. I could cry right now. It was just amazing. And it's the best moment of my year. Gotta be true to myself. How could it not be, people? If you were there, you know.
I will say it was on my honorables.
I was thinking maybe it would be like your third.
I did cry while watching Katie cry because she was so happy. It made me happy. Very emotional.
The air was magic. The room was electric. It was amazing.
It was
an amazing experience. Amazing show. She just outdid herself. We are not worthy, truly.
A lot of
honorable mentions.
A lot of honorable mentions.
I'm going to rattle mine off quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
And then you can go.
Okay.
So, again, shout out Scott and Anna in Tucson. Loved Tucson in general. Hadn't been there. Hadn't explored Arizona much at all. Lot of love. Lot of awesome friends there. Just a good-ass time with good-ass people. Another one. I have to shout out both bachelorette trips I took with, again, both trips full of some of my childhood best friends. We went to Nashville, and then we went to Mexico. Awesome times. Just memories I'll always remember. Again, just having an excuse to go on a fun trip with my best friends. Can't beat that. Had awesome times. Shout out Sean and Amy's wedding in LA. Fun ass time. Their friends out there are super goofy, super cool. It was just like an interesting, fun wedding. Gotta love it. We love love, so any wedding is a highlight of the year. I love weddings. Keep inviting us to your weddings, people, because not only do we fucking love them, and we'll make the trip, but I gotta shout us out. We are amazing wedding guests. If you want people that are gonna make sure people mingle, get the families going, make sure you're on the dance floor and getting everybody jiving, it's us. I mean, we kill it. We're great wedding guests. I'm just gonna toot our own horn for that. What else we got? And then I've got to shout out one last LA memory. Going to the Bears-Chargers game at SoFi. Huge Bears fans. Cool that I'm wearing this shirt right now. Shout out to Evan for getting us the tickets. He works for the Chargers, so we had phenomenal seats once again. And, you know, of course the Bears got stomped, but it was just fun vibes, fun reason to go back to LA. I think we ate John and Vinny's again, and pretty happy about it.
Yeah, see, I really wanted to go before her because she was just going to take the majority of mine. It's also...
Sorry. I thought SoFi would be on yours, maybe.
Shout out Riley, actually.
His name is Evan Jones on Instagram. I'm just going to say it.
I
We
know.
argue about this all the time, but I think
know.
Riley is his name.
Yeah.
Why is your name Evan on Instagram? What are you doing?
He's
What are you
hiding.
trying to
I don't
hide?
know.
Yeah.
Riley, yes. I would say Chargers game, incredible. Those who know me know I love Justin Herbert, so
Yeah.
it was
He
incredible.
was betraying the Bears a lot that
It was
day.
my Eras tour for Katie in terms of getting to
For
go
sure.
see that kind of live. But above that, for sure, easily, Sean Amy's wedding. Got to be groomsman there. Was just his group of friends. Shout out Sean, man. You got some really good people out there. I had a blast.
Some
Like
cool
just
people.
yeah, your group out there, man. The fellow groomsmen. I just felt easily accepted and a part of the group, even though a lot of these guys I haven't gotten to spend that much time with before. And just generally speaking, super fun. The venue was super cool. I did get a few nicknames from the night before because my clothes didn't show up in time, so I was wearing a all purple
Oh my God.
sweatsuit
That's a
to the
memory I'd like
rehearsal
to
dinner.
forget.
While everyone else was dressed in jackets and dress clothes.
Literally, I was in dress and heels, and this man is in a head-to-toe purple sweatsuit. And when we
Yeah.
say purple, we mean like
purple.
we mean Grimace purple,
Yeah.
electric bright
I got
purple.
a lot of jokes. I took them on the chin. It was fun.
Purple people eater.
Yeah.
Grimace.
I'll take Grimace all day. That was great. LA in general, you know,
That
the
was
Chargers
wild.
game, hanging out with you was great.
Yeah.
The bachelor parties, right? Scott's in Nashville.
Yeah, we were both in Nashville in different
Just
times.
an unimaginable amount of drinking over those few days. That was
Yikes.
a wild weekend.
Yeah, I worried for you guys that weekend.
Yeah, you should have.
Both weekends.
Jeff's bachelor party, Mexico, similar story. A lot of fun, really cool. It was great. One of our
Mexico's
friends
just
got Eric
vibe.
got a room
Love Mexico.
close to the water, so we got to hang out kind of in the little private pool areas and stuff like that and stuff.
Bougie.
And also just, you know, my best friend getting to celebrate him. A lot of great times. Sean's here in Austin was great. Getting to do that.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of really good times to be had. We're really, really fortunate this year.
Yeah, we got to travel to some new cool places. Again, spend so much time with our friends who we don't get to see that often anymore. Just made so many memories.
I'd say one more recent one. Got to go out to North Carolina, spend time with my family. Had a night, just the family. Went through probably, I don't know, 7, 8 bottles of wine in a couple hours.
His family loves wine.
And
I've
it was
seen
great.
Drinks them
It
with
was
wine.
really nice. So, but I just gotta say, shout out Lemon Pig. You know, brought us a lot of good luck this year. Feel like we had a great year.
I
Feel
have
very
to stop
fortunate.
you and just say one more moment that is to be acknowledged for me. We did say goodbye to my family childhood home this year. Went back to Chicago and saw my siblings, who, again, we all live all over now. So it was really nice to have the OG Smith group together to see the house for the last time, kind of bid our farewells to it as my parents move on to somewhere new. And that was bittersweet, but I think it's a moment worth acknowledging. It's a big moment in your life when you kind of say goodbye
Yeah.
to the home you grew up in. It's the only house I lived in, you know, for 24 years, and a lot of memories there. So a bittersweet moment, but a reason to get all the Smiths together, so that was nice. But yes, the lemon pig, not to confuse everyone, is something that we learned about the end of last year, early this year. That is a tradition, not sure where the fuck it came from, but you literally make a pig animal out of a lemon, put a coin in its mouth, look it up. There's a lot of steps, toothpick legs.
It's great.
Not as easy as it seems to make,
Not that
but
hard.
you have it standing up, and this lemon lasts all year, unless you are fucking cursed. That is really shady if it doesn't. We still have ours atop our fridge, going strong for not much longer here until we have to make a new one. But it is supposed to bring luck, kind of watch over you for the year. And we've had a pretty good year. You know, we've had some ups and downs. Gotta say that. We're human. Had some things happen at the end of this year that were unexpected, that we're not going to get into, but some personal shit like that, and some family members passing, just some unfortunate life events that, you know, happen, because that is life. Can't have the highs without the lows. But overall, like you said, we are extremely thankful for everything this year. We are so blessed, so lucky for the life we have. One more accomplishment was this podcast. We started this podcast this year.
Yeah.
It was going to go in one of my memories in my honorable mentions. Totally forgot. But yeah, couldn't do without you guys, fellow listeners. We are excited to keep it going in 2023. We're going to probably start recapping The Bachelor in January. Love is Blind is following in February. And really excited to see what the next year of this podcast journey looks like. And again, can't thank you guys enough for riding the wave with us.
100%.
Stick with us next year and tell your fucking friends. Subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram. We love you guys.
We love y'all. I hope you have a
And
great
we love
rest
you
of the year.
2023. Sayonara, sucker.
Cheers to 2024, baby.
Chin chin.